Hello students. Today we are going to end this chapter 12 biotechnology, and we are going to discuss about different process of recombinant DNA technology. What are the basic steps involved in the process of recombinant technology and different applications of biotechnology. Let's see. Process of recombinant DNA technology is isolation of the genetic material, that is the DNA, from the donor, cutting of DNA at specific locations using molecular scissors like enzymes, amplification of gene of interest using PCR, insertion of rDNA into the host cell or organism, obtaining the foreign gene product. Now, isolation of the genetic material from the donor. Now, the cell or organism from which the required gene is taken is called donor. So, from the donor, we take a fragment of the gene or the genomic DNA. So, this is how isolation takes place. So, the DNA sample is inserted into a plasmid. Plasmid is the vector. Construction of a recombinant DNA as plasmid autonomously replicating circular extrachromosomal DNA is isolated. Plasmid DNA acts as a vector since it is used to transfer the piece of DNA attached to it to the host. Plasmid DNA also contains genes responsible for providing antibiotic resistance to the bacteria. So, as a vector, they are the DNA molecules used to transfer genetic material into another cell. So, the DNA taken from both the sources is fragmented by restriction endonuclease. Then the restriction enzyme cuts both molecules at specific site. Now, the ends of the cut have an overhanging piece of single stranded DNA called the sticky ends. Now, these sticky ends are able to base pair with any DNA fragment that contains the complementary sticky ends. So, plasmid DNA was cut with a specific restriction enzyme, and the DNA of interest to be inserted was also cut with the same restriction enzyme and then hybridized with the plasmid, that of DNA ligase, to form a recombinant DNA. So, recombinant DNA is then transferred to a host such as E. coli, where it replicates by using the host replicating machinery. So, when E. coli is cultured in a medium containing antibiotic, only cells containing recombinant DNA will be able to survive due to antibiotic resistance genes, and one will be able to isolate the recombinants. So, this is how you can see the DNA containing desired gene is removed from the cell, from the donor, then it is cut at specific ends forming the sticky ends, and the DNA ligase is used to covalently link the two strands into a molecule of recombinant DNA. Now, this recombinant DNA needs to be replicated many times. So, using the PCR technique. So, here you can see how the in vivo inside the cell using unicellular prokaryotes or eukaryotes, these are replicated, or the process of cloning is done. So, selecting cloned DNA molecules and making more of them. So, here you can see the recombinant plasmid, which is mixed with E. coli cells with plasmid in presence of calcium chloride culture on nutrient agar plates containing ampicillin. So, the bacterial cell is transformed, or the cells that do not take up plasmid die on ampicillin plates. So, this is transformation and selection. Here you can see the cell multiplication takes place, where the cells form colony containing copies of the same recombinant plasmid. So, this is known as plasmid multiplication. So there are different applications of recombinant DNA technology to understand molecular events in biological process such as cell differentiation and aging. It can be used to make precise gene maps. Useful chemical compounds can be produced like vaccine, hormones, immune modulators, also in the diagnosis of disease like identification of food poisoning by salmonella, hepatitis virus, HIV, etc. Testing the DNA of parents who are the carriers of genetic disorders can be done, and other chances of producing an affected child can be predicted. So this is one of the representation of the process of recombinant DNA technology. The human cell, which is a donor from which the DNA segment is isolated and then cut, and the gene of insulin is been isolated and been multiplied. So this is how insulin is produced in large quantities. There are different techniques with specific purpose like the complementary DNA to make a DNA copy of mRNA, or restriction enzymes to cut DNA at specific point making small fragments, like DNA ligase enzyme to join DNA fragments together, vectors to carry DNA into cell and ensure replication, plasmid, it's a common kind of vector, gene transfer, deliver a gene to a living cell, genetic markers, identify cells that have been transformed, replica plating, make exact copies of bacterial colonies on an agar plate, PCR, amplify very small samples of DNA, DNA probes, identify and label a piece of DNA containing a certain sequence, shotgun, find a particular gene in a whole genome, antisense genes, stop the expression of a gene in a cell, gene synthesis, make a gene from scratch, electrophoresis, separate fragments of DNA. So different techniques of recombinant DNA technology with a specific purpose are listed down here. There are different applications of biotechnology like the genetically modified planting mats, hybrids, micropropagation, biofertilizers, biopesticides, animal improvement for agriculture. Also rDNA products like vaccines, diagnostics, stem cells, tissue specific delivery methods. Also in healthcare like disease identifications. Also in environment like different soil and water remediation, biosafety. And also in industries for different equipments, instruments, fermentation process and bioinformatics. So in different fields there are different applications of biotechnology. Bioethics, biopiracy and biopatent are very important. A patent is a right granted by a government to an inventor to prevent others from making a commercial use of his invention. Now, biopatent gives the owner exclusive rights to use the resource or process or market the product or earn profits. Like for example, basmati rice is known for its aroma and flavor. It has been grown in India for centuries. There are about 27 documented varieties of basmati grown in India. A Texas-based company got patent rights on basmati rice through the US Patent and Trademark Office. This allowed the company to sell a new variety of basmati, Texmati, in the US and abroad. So, this is called biopiracy and unfair biopatenting. So, biopiracy means the use of bioresource by multinational companies without proper authorization from the people or country concerned without compensatory payment. So, if you unfollow these, we call it bioethics. So, there should be a need of launching a genetic literacy movement in schools and colleges for the rapid development taking place in the area of molecular genetics. because patents on different products like turmeric, margosa, there are different medicinal plants that are being attempted and awarded. The effects of biotechnology on human health and environment. So, biotechnology is also involved in controlling the environmental pollution through biodegradation of potential pollutant, recycling of waste, and other bio waste treatment technologies. So, they play a major role in monitoring and controlling the environmental pollutions through the biological applications like bioremediation, biomonitoring, biotreatment, and biodegradation of solid, liquid, and gaseous waste. So, using different biotechnological treatments, the components of the environment can be controlled. And not only that, biotechnology has been playing a dynamic role in improving the human health and their welfare. And more research and investigation processes are carried out to improve the future technologies for improving human health by producing enriched nutrients food products such as golden rice, potato, maize, groundnuts, soybean, etc. So there are different effects of biotechnology on human health and environment. Thank you.